Oh, hello there, this is Hammercyclone here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. In this episode, we'll be going downstairs.
Stanley decided to go
So
to the
we're gonna head
simply
towards
missed
the
the memo.
boss's office, but not actually go into the boss's office. We're gonna go downstairs at the staircase.
When
You'll
Stanley
see it
came to a
later
set
on.
of two open doors, he entered
Alright,
the
let's
door
go.
on his left.
Enter the door on his left. Alright, let's go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
broom
disbelief,
closet,
Stanley
yes.
decided to go up to his boss's
Favourite
office.
fit, best
Hoping he
ending.
might
Alright.
coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We're gonna go down, deep down into the abyss. Let's go.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
No.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired
Ooh.
for that. And in
Oh,
such a
what one do I
competitive
want?
economy, why
That
had
one.
he taken
I want that drink.
risk?
That one.
All because he
Damn it.
believed everyone had
It's
vanished.
broken.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something
Right.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe
Alright,
I
what time
am
is it
crazy.
in any...
All of my co-workers blinking
Was it 1, 2,
mysteriously out of
B4?
existence in a single moment for
What,
no reason at
what
all.
places are these?
None of it made any logical sense.
Why are these
And as
places
Stanley
there?
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why
Strange.
couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close
Ah!
automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh no.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Were they simply repeating?
Uh-huh.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Well, I've clicked on
And
this
at
painting
last,
so many
he came
times.
to the conclusion that
What?
had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Oh no.
I'm dreaming!
Yeah.
This is all a dream.
Dream.
Oh, what a relief
Yes.
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
Yeah.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have
Okay.
to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Lucid
So,
dream is quite
he
cool.
imagined himself flying and began to gently
Ah!
float above the ground.
Way.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It
Whee!
was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still
This is
not
the
woken
best
up.
thing.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
Huh?
everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Excuse me?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Whoa.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if
Yeah.
this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
No.
How could it be?
It is a dream.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
This
Stanley
is
is as
this
awake
is a
right
dream.
now
Trust
as
me.
he's ever been in his life.
This is a dream.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Yes.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would
Yes.
prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Wait, hold on.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this
Ooh.
one. Let me wake up,
Wake me
he
up.
thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Yes, please. I want to go
Please.
back to pushing
It's
buttons
all
as
I
well.
want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job.
Wow.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Yes.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yes.
I am
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Right, let's wake up.
Stanley began screaming.
Ah!
Someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just
This
someone
thing's
tell me
going
I'm
right
real.
going
I must
into
be
hell.
real. I must be. Can
Ah.
anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Ah!
And everything went black.
Oh, hey, car.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Well,
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella.
Mariella
Whoa.
woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got
Arose.
dressed, gathered her
She
belongings,
arose
and
from
walked
her
to her
bath
place of
and
work.
she
But on this
awakened.
particular day,
She
her
awoke.
walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Wait,
And
what?
although she
Stanley?
would
No, we
soon
weren't
turn
talking
to
through
go call
town.
for an ambulance, for
No,
just
we
a
weren't talking
few
about touring
brief
town. Or were we
moments,
just
she
going
considered
round in
the strange
circles or
man.
something?
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Oh.
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Okay.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and
Ooh.
in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose
Yes.
impressions of her would affect her career, and by
Career.
extension, the rest of her life.
Yes.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body,
Okay.
and then she turned and ran.
Great. Good to leave Stanley dead on the sidewalk. Great. Lovely. Alright, so that does it for this episode of the Stanley Parable. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.